Hello friends, today we're going to read a book called Tops and Bottoms. Tops and Bottoms is written and illustrated by Janet Stevens. Now if you look at the front cover of this book, let's take a moment to look. We probably notice a couple of things. You might notice that it's a Caldecott honor book, so it has a very special stamp or seal. You might notice that there is this big bear who's taking a snooze, and then there's this rabbit or bunny or hare holding some corn, and I notice there's a couple of other there's a rabbit here, and I notice there's some vegetables. I see broccoli, I see corn. This looks like it might be lettuce, a radish. Tops and bottoms. Now a great reader would be trying to predict what maybe might happen in the story based on the cover. A good reader might be wondering, are these the characters in the story because they're on the front cover? Interesting. Another thing that great readers like us are thinking are, I see some illustrations, like pictures that someone drew, which usually means that this is a fictional book or a story that's made up. It's a pretend story. It's not an informational text. An informational text is what it usually teaches us something, and it has facts, usually photos or diagrams. So this story, because we can see that it has characters and the characters are animals, it's probably fictional. Let's find out. Here we go. I think Hoffa wants to hear the story. Hoffa, do you want to hear the story too? Why don't you come over here? Come over. You can read with us. Whoa, lots of veggies on this page. Look at this, is an interesting book. The book is vertical. It goes up and down. Isn't that kind of funny? Tops and bottoms. Once upon a time, there lived a very lazy bear who had lots of money and lots of land. His father had been a hard worker and a smart business bear, and he had given all of his wealth to his son. But all Bear wanted to do was sleep. Not far down the road lived a hare. Although Hare was clever, he sometimes got into trouble. He had once owned land too, but now he had nothing. He had lost a risky bet with a tortoise and had sold all of his land to Bear to pay off his debt. Hare and his family were in very bad shape. "The children are so hungry, Father Hare. We must think of something," Mrs. Hare cried one day. So Hare and Mrs. Hare put their heads together and cooked up a plan. Do you think when someone says they cooked up a plan, does that mean they were in the kitchen cooking something? No, it means that they thought something. They cooked a plan. They thought of a plan. The next day, Hare hopped down the road to Bear's house. Bear, of course, was asleep. "Hello, Bear, wake up. It's your neighbor Hare, and I have an idea." Bear opened one eye and grunted. "We can be business partners," Hare said. "All we need is this field right here in front of your house. I'll do all the hard work of planting and harvesting, and we can split the profits right down the middle. Yes, sirree, Bear, we're in this together. I'll work and you can sleep." "Huh?" said Bear. "So what'll it be, Bear?" asked Hare. "The top half or the bottom half? It's up to you. Tops or bottoms?" Let's see," Bear said with a yawn. "I'll take the top half. Yeah, I'll take the tops." Hare smiled. "It's a done deal." I wonder what that means. Are you wondering what that means? What is Hare talking about? Tops or bottoms? Oh, there's Bear. So Bear went back to sleep, and Hare and his family went right to work. Hare planted, Mrs. Hare watered, and everyone weeded. So here's Mrs. Hare watering, there's Mr. Hare planting, and here it looks like their little babies are pulling out the weeds. And then, of course, Bear's snoozing away. I wonder what will happen next. Bear slept as the crops grew. These are the crops. When it was time for the harvest, Hare called out, "Wake up, Bear! You get the tops and I get the bottoms." Does anyone have a prediction about what that might mean? Let's see. Interesting. Hare and his family dug up the carrots, the radishes, and the beets. Hare plucked off all the tops and tossed them to Bear. And he put all of the bottoms in a pile for himself. This looks like the good stuff down here, doesn't it? Uh-oh. Bear stared at his pile. "Wait, but Hare, all the best parts are in your pile." "Well, you chose the top, Bear," Hare said. "Now, Hare, wait a minute. You tricked me. You plant this field again, and this season, I want the bottoms." Hare agreed. "Okay, it's a done deal." I don't know. This Hare seems like a trickster to me. So Bear went back to sleep, and Hare and his family went to work. They planted and watered and weeded. Bear slept as the crops grew. When it was time for the harvest, Hare called out, "Yoo-hoo, wake up, Bear! You get the bottoms and I get the tops." Did you come to listen? Hare and his family gathered up the lettuce, the broccoli, and the celery. Hare pulled off the bottoms for Bear and put the tops in his own pile. What is tricky about this? What do you think? Hare kept the tops of the celery, the lettuce, and the broccoli and gave Bear the bottoms. Do you think Bear is going to be pleased? Me either. Bear looked at his pile and scowled. "Hare, you cheated me again!" "But Bear," Hare said, "you said you wanted the bottoms this time." Bear growled, "You plant this field again, Hare. You tricked me twice, and you owe me one season of both the tops and the bottoms." "You're right, poor old Bear," sighed Hare. "It's only fair that you get both the tops and the bottoms this time. It's a done deal, Bear." Now I want us to pause for a minute. And right now I want you to whisper into your tablet or your device. What's your prediction? What's going to happen next? All right, let's find out if you're right. Here's our picture of Bear snoozing away. So Bear went back to sleep, and Hare and his family went to work. They planted and watered and weeded, and then watered and weeded some more. Bear slept as the crops grew. When it was time for the harvest, Hare called out, "Yoo-hoo! Wake up, Bear! This time you get the tops and the bottoms." Let's find out what happens. Uh-oh. He still doesn't look very happy. There in front of Bear's house lay a high field of corn. Hare and his family yanked up every corn stalk. Hare tugged off the roots at the bottom and the tassels at the top and put them in a pile for Bear. Then he carefully collected the ears of corn in the middle and placed them in his own pile. Uh-oh. Bear rubbed his eyes and watched in disbelief. Hare said, "See, Bear? You get the tops and the bottoms, and I get the middles. Yes, sir, Bear. It's a done deal." Uh-oh. Oh, no. By now, Bear was wide awake. "That's it, Hare," he hollered. "From now on, I'll plant my own crops and take the tops, the bottoms, and the middles, too." Hare and his family scooped up the corn and hopped down the road toward their home. Ooh, look what Bear's doing now. He's not sleeping anymore. Bear never again slept through a season of planting and harvesting. Hare bought back his land with a profit from the crops, and he and Mrs. Hare opened a vegetable stand. And although Hare and Bear learned to live happily as neighbors, they never became business partners again. The end. All right, kindergarten, I hope you enjoyed this story. We're going to be doing a little bit of work with our tops and bottoms book this week. And I think we might even have a little guest teacher or guest video of a teacher who's been doing some things in her garden. All right, see you soon.